I put a storm track on this huge supercell here. Fairview at 305, Baileyton 309, Joppa 313, Arab 317, and Union Grove into Marshall County at 322. Have they extended the tornado warning into Marshall County yet? If not, they will be very soon. Not that we have seen. Sirens are probably sounding in Arab. They should be, because we have a dangerous storm with a history of wind damage and a tornado. In fact, we saw the tornado from WBRC out of Birmingham with that live shot we had out of there earlier. The tornado is on the east side of Cullman. It is tracking east-northeast, and this is commonly known over here as a separate tornado alley. A very large hail is now going to be falling from Eva over towards Arab, and it's possible we could have debris falling out ahead of this storm because it just moved through a heavily populated area. Whatever it picked up is going up inside the storm, and it's being forced out. So you may start to see insulation, stuff like that, falling here across southeast Morgan County, maybe even have boards falling as far north as southeast Madison County. It all depends on how strong this tornado is and what it's moving through and tearing up. But again, Fairview 305, please seek shelter immediately. Baileyton 309, 313 in Joppa, 317 Arab, Union Grove 322. This is a significant storm with a history of possibly widespread damage. I'm just estimating that from what we have seen on the radar, knowing a tornado has moved through the city of Cullman. Some of those reports will likely be delayed in and out of Cullman. So it's going to be close to Gunnersville and other areas up here in the northern parts of Marshall County, and we'll continue that storm track a little farther to the north as more information comes in here with live Doppler 48 radar. But what you need to know right now, we have a tornado on the ground in Cullman. We have a tornado emergency for southeast Morgan County, northeast Cullman County. That will likely be extended into Arab as we see the tornado is right here. We can see right on the edge, and as you follow this red line, the storm's been moving east-northeast rather steadily over the last 30 minutes. So you take that and project it out into the future, and that puts it very close to Arab. So if you live between Morgan City and Arab here along Brindley Mountain, that is where the biggest impact for the tornado is going to be. And I don't see any signs at all saying this storm is going to weaken. So this is a potentially life-threatening situation unfolding here from Cullman to Arab and areas just to the south and east of Morgan City and on the way up towards the southeast Morgan County. So the new tornado warning will likely include parts of Marshall County, maybe southeastern Madison County. So with that said, I want to let you know that tornado warning sirens may sound county-wide in Madison County. The threat is going to be extreme southeastern Morgan County right now. Let's go ahead and go over to another. We have northeast of Cullman, tornado on the ground. All indications are it's still on the ground. This is going to track to the east and northeast towards Arab. So once again, Arab, seek shelter immediately for a possible imminent tornado. We have a tornado emergency. Did they extend the tornado emergency into Marshall County? Just, well, I guess want to know that just in case we still have that tornado on the ground. I'm pretty sure.
Central Marshall until 3:45.
Okay, did they extend the tornado emergency though?
Yes.
The wording.
Tornado emergency for Cullman, Madison,
okay.
Morgan, Marshall
So,
until 3:45.
Tornado emergency, and you may have heard that term in the past on the big weather events. That means there is a confirmed tornado doing damage with the storm, indicating a tornado impact of 5.3, but we know we've got a tornado on the ground with this storm, and it's traveling right up Highway 69 like they usually do in this area. So Arab, you had significant damage earlier today, and we have more damage going, potentially more damage coming with this storm. Mark, I know you got family in Arab right now. Any text messaging back and forth, find out what's going on there in Arab? The sirens, I'm sure, have been sounding for a while now.
They have been sounding. I'm going to check Facebook again, but when you say Cullman, it just takes this path every time. There's something about it. So city leaders several years ago started instantly sounding the alarm. Anytime something was in Cullman County, it just shoots straight out of there and always has Arab in its sights, again, as you're mentioning now. So one follows the other. I'm going to get some word now from folks in Arab on Facebook to see what the situation's like there, but hopefully, again, take cover now, because that is a massive storm.
Okay, thank you, Mark. Yeah, watching this storm in Cullman County, we also have a tornado warning continuing in Colbert and Lauderdale County. National Weather. I want to get a look at that one more time, so we'll switch over here. This is our storm in Cullman County, northeast Cullman County, southeast Morgan County, western Marshall County, and perhaps southeast Madison County. If it continues on this track, you need to be taking your tornado precautions. We've already had a tornado on the ground in Cullman. All indications are that there is still a tornado on the ground here in northeastern Cullman County.
Multiple structures damaged, he says, and trees down as well. Siren is sounding in Arab, as we mentioned. Heavy rain in Arab, so they're battening down the hatches.
Tornado warnings blanketing North Alabama right now. Bring us up to date on the very latest. I see we've got tornado warnings now for southeast Madison County and many places in between.
Some power out in Arab, too, by the way.
Yeah, and what we're seeing here on live radar, let's take WFF Live Doppler 48 back full again on this storm out of Cullman County. And what we're seeing here near Fairview, this little dot here near Fairview, this may actually be the tornado showing up, and what the radar would be picking up here would be debris. And that's what we're seeing here very close to Fairview, this little detached dot here on the southwestern flank of this storm. So all indications are that we still have a tornado on the ground here. Reports out of Cullman County, the Cullman County Courthouse apparently took a direct hit from this tornado. So we're seeing that right now out of the Cullman area. Cullman County Courthouse in Cullman, which is right in the middle of Cullman, apparently taking a direct hit. So it looks like downtown Cullman taking a hit from this storm. Again, near Fairview right now, that appears to be where the tornado is, and this is going to continue to track its way off to the north and the east. So let's track this area here of the storm from near Fairview off to the northeast. And again, this is moving at around 55 to 60 miles per hour.
Jeff, that's a video right now live from downtown Cullman. Look at the camera.
Okay, live picture right now. The storm is actually out of Cullman. I don't know if we'll.
Yeah, I don't see any damage.
I didn't see damage either. But so much emergency responders, so many of them are located there. Sheriff's Department in the courthouse.
That's right.
So
that's probably going to hamper them getting out and just ascertaining exactly how much damage has been done there in Cullman. Again, the storm moving out of the Fairview area. This is going to be very near Joppa, Arab, so you need to be in your tornado shelter. Union Grove, same story. Areas now east of Eva. Eva, it looks like the worst part of the storm will pass to your east, but areas east of Eva here in Morgan County, as well as the Joppa, Arab area up toward Union Grove. You need to be in your tornado shelter. If you're in Morgan City right now, it looks like the tornadic part of this storm will pass primarily to a little bit to your southeast. You'll probably get some hail out of this storm moving in, but the circulation right now on its current track should stay just a bit southeast of Morgan City. But again, Joppa, Arab, Union Grove, you need to be in your tornado shelter. Tornado is still being reported on the ground as of 3:07 in Cullman County near the Baileyton area.
Yeah, another big storm is really starting to wrap up near Haleyville as we go ahead and continue with live Doppler 4.
And again, that is one of many storms, many potentially tornadic storms showing up. This is the one in Cullman County. We still have a tornado warning for Colbert and Lauderdale County, although we've not gotten any reports of tornado touching down out of that particular storm, but that is the one near Florence. And we have other potentially tornadic storms back out here into eastern Mississippi, one north of Tupelo, another to the south, and these are showing telltale signatures. They do have tornadoes with them, again showing that same appearance with these storms out here as the one moving through Cullman County. So we are not done by any means. And again, this storm's still very wrapped up, very intense circulation showing up here on radar. This is going to be just out of the Fairview area. Again, Eva, this is all a little bit to your east. Maybe passing just a little west of downtown Arab with the track it's going right now. But if you're in Arab, if you're in Joppa, you need to stay in your tornado shelter. If you're up toward Union Grove, you need to be in your shelter. If you are just south and southeast of Morgan City, you need to be in your tornado shelter. If you're watching us from Guntersville at this point, based on the track of the storm, unless it were to turn a little bit, but based on its current track, this should stay just west of Guntersville. But this track could bring it up into southeast Madison County as well, around the New Hope area. So if you're in New Hope, also be headed to your tornado shelter. Same if you're in Grant as well. be heading to your tornado shelter for, again, a confirmed tornado which has touched down in the city of Cullman and has tracked across Cullman County, and at last reports still on the ground as it was moving out of Cullman County near the Baileyton area. And again, the storm is now located, the circulation and the tornado, in extreme southeast Morgan County, just east of Eva, slightly northwest of Joppa, but stay in your shelter if you are in Joppa and in Arab.
Yeah, I want to go in a little bit closer here. We're going to go street level in towards Joppa and Arab. The storm, just the tornado getting ready to cross the county line into Marshall County. We haven't had any reports of any large hail, but I'm sure there is going to be large hail. I got again an update along Highway 72, mile marker 16 out in Colbert County. Wall cloud is forming with rotation, and if we can get that alpha camera up over in the shoals, that would help us out here. Anytime you get that, just go ahead and put it on the screen for us. We're looking here towards Joppa and Arab. This is going to be Blocker Road, and this highway here is going to be Route 67, and this, of course, is going through Joppa, and Arab is State Highway 69. It is going to be just to the north of Joppa, and if you're in Joppa, you can probably see that storm and the tornado just to the north and west. In fact, as we were looking at some of those images out of Cullman, you could see how well you could see that tornado. It wasn't quite wrapped in rain. It is one of those days when we have these very picturesque supercell thunderstorms. So this, as far as Arab goes, it looks like it's going to track just to the north of Arab.
Where is this right now?
This is
the picture that we have right now. This is our Shoals camera.
Okay.
So this is watching the storm, which is moving through Colbert and Lauderdale County right now, which is going to be coming very near Florence and Muscle Shoals. So we're looking at that. What we have on the radar right now is the storm coming out of Cullman County into Marshall and Morgan County.
Just to clarify, thanks.
Yeah, it looks like Arab, the north side of town, is at the most risk for this tornado, and then eventually Union Grove. It looks like a direct hit heading towards Union Grove from this tornado. It's crossing. It's going to be crossing US 231 here in about 4 minutes as it tracks east and northeast directly towards Union Grove. Stay in your shelter in Joppa and Arab, as sometimes these storms can turn to the right a bit more and change direction. And of course, the actual tornado associated with the storm can also change directions as well. But Union Grove, seek shelter immediately. Eventually Grant, and on the north side of Gunnersville, this tornado is going to be tracking through.
So
Let's go ahead and put a
videos
storm
from the
track in.
shoals, and then the bottom is what you're tracking.
Yeah, we have the Shoals camera up in the top left-hand corner. We're trying to get more information out of that as far as the wall cloud being reported. And then we have this storm with the tornado north of Arab developing there. Let's go ahead and go away from the radar, and let's zoom in with this Shoals camera and get you a
Brad,
bigger view.
we do have a new warning for Colbert Franklin, what we're seeing on radar, but the northwest side of Arab.
And this is moving northeast, so tornado still on the ground, moving northeast at 60 miles an hour. Union Grove 325, you're getting large hail now. Golf ball size hail, Columbus City 338, Grant 339, Grove Oak 347, and Langston at 348. Jeff?
Another report here out of Marshall County, tornado on the ground crossing Eddy and Scant City Road right now. Tornado on the ground, west side of Arab, heading toward East Arab. Actually going to be traveling, it looks like a little toward the north side of Arab, but tornado on the ground in West Arab. So multiple reports of tornado on the ground here in southwestern Marshall County. You need to be in your shelter if you're in Arab, if you're in Union Grove, Columbus City, the Grant, Grove Oak, Langston area. This storm is headed your way. This storm, tornado on the ground. This tornado has produced damage. This is an extremely dangerous storm. You need to be in your safe place now if you are across Marshall County near Arab. Areas to the north of Gunnersville, including Union Grove and the Columbus City area, you need to be going to your tornado shelter. Again, tornado on the ground here.
Well, we've received word it's moving, again, a good pace, 60 miles an hour, moving northeast on the ground in Arab. So it's going at a clip, as all these seem to be today.
What's in that area?
It's not densely populated, really. Just north of Arab. Not much. Some churches. I'm trying to think out that way. My house is north of Arab, and I'm hoping I missed that. But there's a grocery store. I'm cringing, hoping that everybody's okay.